Singapore could be halfway or more through its current COVID-19 surge. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has compared the situation to the Italian experience in reopening. He says Singapore wants to keep human costs low. The remarks have come at the end of the G20 summit in Rome. Tan Se-hui reports.
A warm handshake and no face mask to cover a friendly smile. All these were not possible a year ago when the G20 summit was held virtually. But this year, leaders were able to chat, engage informally face-to-face, and read the mood. Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says this has been valuable.
I have had a chance to meet many leaders over these last couple of days. They'd like to know how we are tackling COVID, how we see the path forward with COVID, and would like to work with us on a wide range of things. We talk about digital economy cooperation, we talk about technology cooperation, R&D, security issues as well, of course. And it's something which is very difficult to replicate in a Zoom conference. Because in a Zoom conference, you can't interrupt one another. You can't float an idea and then see what he thinks.
Italy is hosting G20 after it opened up with one of the highest vaccination rates in Europe at more than 80%. It's also relaxed most COVID-19 rules, and people can be outdoors without wearing masks. But before this, Italy suffered a huge wave of cases to reach this point. 132,000 dead and about 4.7 million COVID cases. Comparing this on the same scale in Singapore, Mr. Lee says it should mean about 440,000 cases and 11,000 deaths.
We have so far had about 400 deaths. So what it means is that for us to reach the point where Italy is in terms of people having got sick and recovered, we are about halfway there. But in terms of the human casualties, we have been able to get there at a much, much less human cost. And I'm trying to arrive where they are now, keeping the human cost as low as possible.
It may take a few months, but he's confident that Singapore will get to open up fully like Italy. But nothing is certain, as Mr. Lee warns that cases are also rising in Europe, particularly countries in Western Europe. Similarly, the pandemic could throw up more surprises in Singapore if cases rise again. So he says the strategy is to take one step at a time. Tan Se-hui, CNA, Rome.
Separately, Mr. Lee says Singapore will have to look at how to tweak its tax incentives after the G20 endorsed a global minimum corporate tax rate of 15%. He says this will impact the way the country attracts investments, and there might be tougher competition ahead.
We will also have to see how we can continue to attract investments to come to Singapore in order to create jobs and in order to keep ourselves competitive. It's very hard because you're now talking not only about economic competitiveness, but also strategic and security considerations.